Hey everyone! Today I'm taking you somewhere that most people visiting Taiwan completely miss. And honestly, that's a huge mistake. Picture this, an island so close to mainland China, you can literally see it from the shore. An island covered in Cold War bunkers and military tunnels. An island that makes a liquor so legendary. It generates over $400 million in annual revenue and funds basically everything from free bus rides to college scholarships for locals. Welcome to Kinmen, Taiwan's frontier island with the most fascinating origin story of any spirit you'll ever drink. Let's dive in. So first, let's talk about where Kinmen actually is, because its location is absolutely wild. This island sits just off the southeastern coast of mainland China. We're talking only a few kilometers away. For over 4 decades, Kinmen was essentially a militarized fortress, bristling with tens of thousands of troops, all staring across the Taiwan Strait, ready for conflict that could erupt at any moment. The military didn't lift its grip until the early 1990s, and when they did, this tiny island transformed from battleground to one of the most unique travel destinations in East Asia. Today, you can explore old military bunkers, walk through heritage villages with Ming Dynasty architecture, visit stunning beaches, and see those bizarre stereo broadcasting walls that once blasted propaganda across the water to mainland China. It's like stepping into a living Cold War museum, but with way better food and, as we're about to discover, some seriously potent alcohol. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, Kinmen Kaoliang Liquor. This isn't just any local spirit. This is a $400 million a year business that literally funds 30% of the entire county government's budget. Let that sink in. One distillery. 30% of the government budget. Here's how it started. Back in 1952, General Huyen had a problem. He had thousands of troops stationed on Kinmen, and importing liquor from Taiwan was expensive. So he did what any resourceful general would do. He started a distillery. He encouraged local farmers to grow sorghum, confiscated some equipment from a private operation, appointed a colonel to run it, and boom, Kinmen Kaoliang Liquor was born. What began as a military morale booster became Taiwan's most iconic spirit. We're talking about a clear, potent sorghum liquor that comes in 38% or 58% alcohol versions. This stuff doesn't mess around. It's aged in those historic military tunnels I mentioned, which adds both the flavor and the legend. And get this, Kaoliang makes up more than 80% of spirits consumed in Taiwan. It's not just a drink. It's a symbol of hospitality, tradition, and Kinmen's identity. There's even a saying, coming to Kinmen without trying Kaoliang could not be counted as a visit. But here's where it gets really interesting, how this liquor transformed an entire island. Because Kinmen Kaoliang is government-owned, all those profits go straight back to the community. We're talking free bus rides for residents, scholarships for students, upgraded medical facilities, public pensions, the works. This island went from poverty-prone military outpost to one of the wealthiest communities among Taiwan's offshore islands, all thanks to liquor sales. There's even this wild practice where local residents get duty-free Kaoliang allocations each year, and many of them resell their quota for extra income. It's woven into the economic fabric of daily life. The distillery also sustains local agriculture by creating massive demand for sorghum, keeping farmers employed year-round. It's basically the economic engine that makes everything else possible. And culturally, drinking and gifting Kaoliang isn't just social. It's practically ceremonial. It's how you show hospitality, how you bond, how you celebrate. The distillery even sponsors the annual Tunnel Music Festival, held in, you guessed it, old military tunnels, drawing thousands of visitors. All right, so if you're planning a trip, here's what you need to know. The distillery itself is a major attraction. You can take guided tours that walk you through traditional winemaking techniques, do tastings of multiple varieties, and even participate in hands-on workshops, like making sorghum brooms, which is way cooler than it sounds. Tour packages range pretty widely. On the budget end, You can book a 2-hour tasting experience for about £17 or $22, which includes guided tastings, cocktails, storytelling, and sometimes live entertainment. All tastings require you to be 18 or older, obviously. If you want the full experience, 2 to 3 day packages typically run $350 to $500 per person and include round-trip flights from Taipei, accommodation, all meals, local transport, and admission to multiple sites. You're looking at distillery tours, village explorations, historic sites like Jiugong Tunnel and the Kinmen Bridge, and cultural dining events where Kaoliang is paired with local cuisine. Pro tip: independent travelers can visit the factory in Jining Township for free entrance and tastings. But honestly, the guided experiences are worth it for the context and access you get. A few practical notes before we wrap up. Kinmen is super accessible from Taiwan. You can fly from Taipei, and many tour packages include flights. The island also has those 3 mini links for transportation and trade with both Taiwan and mainland China, so it's well connected. Peak tourist season tend to be weekends and holidays, so book ahead if you can. Most tours require minimum group sizes, usually 2 to 4 people for tastings, 6 to 15 for full packages. But custom tours can be arranged for solo travelers or families. Bottom line, Kinmen offers something you won't find anywhere else: a fascinating blend of military history, stunning scenery, rich culture, and a world-class spirit that's literally the lifeblood of the island. So if you're planning a Taiwan trip and want to venture beyond the usual Taipei, Taichung, Tainan, and Kaohsiung circuit, Kinmen should absolutely be on your radar. It's where history and legend meet in every glass. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe for more off-the-beaten-path travel guides. And let me know in the comments, would you try 58% Kaoliang, or are you sticking with the 38% version? Until next time, safe travels.